Now then, in the workshop again, and I'm curious about this thing. It's obviously one of those jumper pack things, but it's got a few other features, and I just don't, well, it'd be worth experimenting with. One of the things is, it says here, Class 1 laser product. What's all that about? Yeah, that doesn't seem to make any sense. The control panel here is obviously fairly interesting. Work light, compressor, etc, etc. Charging jack, what have you. Yeah. But on the back we've got a main socket, and that's 240 volt out from an internal inverter, and there's the switch to switch it on. So that's all a bit like, okay, well, might be interesting, just for interest's sake more than anything else. It says here 17 amp hour rechargeable power pack, yeah, 900 amp emergency jump start, air compressor, 200/400 watt power inverter. So you imagine that, you know, 200 watts is the maximum and 400 is a peak for like 1 second or something like that. So you wouldn't want to run that above about 100 watts. But I think the best thing to do is to get into it, and there are screw holes there, down here, and there. So I'm just going to undo some of those, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not sure about those two down there. They could be the dreaded security screws. So let's just remove the cables. We might have to get a little bit violent here. So I thought I'd undone that one. Bit difficult because they're a long way down there. Well, yeah, it doesn't seem to want to come apart there. Or there, although I think I've got that screw out. Now there's a lot of these packs now. Yeah, it doesn't want to come apart there. Well, I can still see the screw down there. Difficult with it being so deep. Yeah, give us a minute, I'll be back to you. That was a bit tricky. Hello. So what have we got here? Yeah, we go. Yeah, we've got all sorts of things going on here. Right, we've got the air line. Yeah, we've got a particularly grubby looking board. We've got the power leads from the battery. Okay, so let's disconnect the power leads. Yeah. Then we can have this lot apart. I'm assuming, because I was getting no joy out of any of this, that this battery is, yes, 0.3 of a volt, so it's dead. It can never come back from that. So I just need a spanner to undo those. It's a reasonably sized battery, but 17 amp hours, but yeah. Right, let's undo that. Okay. It's interesting. Right, that's a black. It's a negative. There's a lot of grinder dust in here. So it's obviously been in a workshop. And it's a bit damp because it's been in a scrapyard for I'm guessing not very long, but you know, previous to that it could have been chucked outside. But very interesting. I don't know what this whole thing about laser product is. It can't be the LED, can it? No. That's nothing to do with lasers. Odd. Very odd. And this grinder dust is getting has got into everything. It looks like the inverter, and we'll have a look at it shortly, is quite well, it's bound to be quite rural, but it's not just a chip and a few bits. It's a reasonable board, but the FETs have got no heat sink on them. There we go. Get this nut undone. Then at least we can split the whole thing, and we can see what's going on. Go on, that's it. It's spinning off now. Go on, there you go. So red, that is the positive. Okay, and it's a black cable, which is about par for the course. Okay. So I ought to put a piece of red on that, didn't I? Or, no, I don't want to bolt those two together at the moment. So I'll just get a bit of red tape and put that on there. Right, where were we? There. Okay, now we know what's going on. Yeah. I think we can see now. Let's move the camera into position. Right, we've got this board down here. Let me move round a bit. Okay, and that looks like a cooling fan, and I'm not quite sure what this board here is. Yeah, but I don't think that's the inverter. That must be the charger of some form. It seems a bit strange. Yeah, yeah, because very strange, because let's just have a look round here. Ah no, I'm telling porkies. That is the inverter. I'm getting confused now. Yeah, because on the other side there's the main socket. I was getting confused with this side. So now we've decided that this is the inverter, not the charging circuit. Yeah, there's a bit of corrosion there. We've got all sorts of things going on. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. Right, so this here is a fuse, yeah, from the positive. So that is the feed to the inverter. Yeah, and this here is the negative. And then that there, what is that? That's an indicator bulb of some form. And that there is the on-off, the remote inverter on-off. Yeah. And these pair of red ones here go down to there, and that is a temperature sensor. I'd just be interested to see how efficient this is, more than anything else. So we could just dispose of all the rest of this and just have the connector battery to this in some way and see if we can get that to run, and we can see what we can get out and how much DC it's going to draw. Yeah, yeah, I mean, one imagines it's all a bit sort of rural. That class 1 laser product confuses me. I'm not at all sure what that's about. Right, I thought I'd just take this board out just to see. It looks like there's a bit of corrosion on the bottom there. I think some of this grinding dust has gone underneath, but in the spirit of adventure, let's just give it a go. We have got, what have we got? We've got the negative. This battery has got 12 volts in it, and then we've got the positive. Turn that round. Well, no spark. Okay. And switch the inverter on. And we got no noise whatsoever. Have we got any voltage at all? We've got negative is down there. No, positive is there and negative is over here. That's the positive, that's the negative. Yeah, we've got 12 volts there, but as you can see, or perhaps you can't, there's a lot of corrosion down there. Let me just move the camera in. See all this lot here? I think that grinding dust complete with a bit of damp has destroyed some of the tracks. That one there, which looked the worst there, does actually come round to here, so that's alright, but I'm not sure about that to that. So where was the negative again? The negative was there and the positive was there. Yeah, I think that is all eroded away. Can you see this? You can't see this meter. Let me just zoom out a bit. There we go. We got the negative there and we got the positive there, but all the way around here it's all gone. The positive's not getting into there. I wonder if that is the positive rail. I'm going to have to wire brush that off and have a look, but yeah. Let's see if we can solder that link back together. Right, I've put a link there. I'm assuming that's where it went. Yeah, and we're connected again. And well, a little bit of a spark there as we connected that. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. Yeah, we're recording. We're on AC volts and we'll go across there and there. We've got no AC volts by the looks of it, and we've got inverter status indicator showing live. Ah, right, okay, so the wires come off, so something was happening. But we're not getting anything out. And we should do on that wire and that wire. So it's sort of half trying, but it's not oscillating, so something else is wrong. Seemingly. Unless, wait, then the wire comes off again. Yeah, inverter power on, inverter status indicator was showing lit. Yeah, power on. Yeah. There's more to it than meets the eye. Never mind. I wonder if we need a load. What do you think? Do we need a load? Have we got a load somewhere? Right, as you can see, the fan's running. The bulb is not lit. Yeah. It was sort of interesting. But you know, a very cheap and cheerful inverter board there. I mean, quite nice in some ways, in so much as it's not just sort of a little blob that you can't see what's going on. But anyway, right, switch that off. There you go. Interesting. Just dig in there and see what's happening. Yeah, with no expectations that anything will be any good. We weren't disappointed, were we? Because we didn't have any expectations anyway. I think what I will do is I'll take this voltmeter out and take the steel and copper out and then recycle it as plastic and various bits. So there you go. Hopefully you find this interesting, and the main thing is just sort of get in there. It's not working, and after an hour of messing around it's still not working. You've not lost anything, and you've gained something by... I've had one of those apart and I know what's inside them, and maybe you'll have gained a few bits. Like for instance, if I wanted to, I could take these diodes out. They're fairly big, they're easy enough because I can just cut them off. I don't have to desolder them because the legs are long enough. Yeah, maybe the fan, but definitely that voltmeter. Anyway, let's hear what you have to say, and I will catch up with you soon. Cheers for now.